So we continue to watch President-elect Trump assemble his team that will try and make good on his promise to end conflicts in the Middle East. He announced his pick for ambassador to Israel earlier today. He says it's going to be the former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee. And now the expectation is that Senator Marco Rubio is his pick for one of the really big jobs of the cabinet, Secretary of State. Let's bring Aaron David Miller in, senior fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. And I want to talk about the news and what's going on in the Middle East today, but I thought it would be interesting to get your thoughts, especially on Rubio, how he fits in with Trump foreign policy.
You know, all the appointments, Connell, thanks for having me, are part of the same piece. He's picked all Republicans. He's picked all politicians. I think that's true, with the exception of Mike Waltz. Oh, no, Mike Waltz included. And he's picked all loyalists whose policy instincts broadly fall in line with his. So
do you think Rubio's like an America First Trump type guy on foreign policy? That's how you see him, or?
Well, no, not necessarily. You know, Rubio is more of an internationalist.
Right.
But the reality is, look, Trump had 2 secretaries of state during 4 years and 4 national security advisors. The reality is, whatever internationalist instinct sensibilities Marco Rubio may have, he's got to find a way to align them with what Donald Trump wants. And so I think the Rubio pick seems to me, at least they found someone who I think knows his way around an atlas, who basically understands history, and who I think brings a certain analytical frame to foreign policy. But frankly, being a great I worked for 6 secretaries of state, including one, James Baker, who was really quite remarkable. You want to be a great Secretary of State, you need several things. You got to be a great negotiator. You got to have the confidence of the president. And when something doesn't go right and you've got an opinion to express, you've got to tell the boss exactly what you think about it. And that's not going to be such an easy lift in this administration.
Right, because the question is, how will it be received? Now, in the news today, we were talking earlier when we were covering the White House about the Biden meeting with Herzog, and there was this deadline to get aid in that looks like it would come and go, but the U.S. will not limit its arms transfers to Israel. On the screen here, we have the back and forth over Gaza aid on the tablet, I should say, we could put up on the Israelis saying it's 57 trucks a day, 75 trucks a day then in November, with the UN saying 39 trucks a day since October. But what about that either way, the U.S. is apparently, in the Biden administration right now, not going to make any changes in policy?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be perceived, a couple things, be perceived as too little too late. I mean, if you were serious about imposing costs or consequences for the fact that the Israelis have woefully provided inadequate aid for Gaza, you could have demonstrated that over the course of the last year. So you're going to do it now? That's number one. Number two, anything you do with respect to military assistance is going to be automatically reversed by the incoming administration. So I think they're working within the sort of imperfect, flawed environment to try to encourage the Israelis to do more. But look, October 7th, pre-October 7th, Gaza had 500 trucks a day. We haven't gotten anywhere near that, not just because of the Israelis. There's a distribution problem in Gaza. And a lot of it's criminal gangs, a lot of it's Hamas's deflection of this money, of the aid, to sell it on the black market, legitimize itself with the Palestinian public, and to pay new recruits. So I think as long as the Israelis are operating in Gaza, and they will be for some time because there is no security architecture, nor are they planning for one, that don't involve their own forces, it's going to be almost impossible to reliably channel enough humanitarian assistance to relieve the suffering of the vast majority of the Gazan people.
Yeah, UN warning of a famine in the northern part of Gaza, as you see there. You mentioned the incoming administration. We already talked about Rubio, but the principal, of course, being the president-elect, and his relationship with Bibi Netanyahu. How do you expect the dynamic of this conflict to change once Trump takes over, Trump and Netanyahu?
I think broadly that for any number of reasons, and Mike Huckabee's appointment, I mean, if Trump wanted to go to war with Netanyahu or to bring serious pressure on him, he shouldn't have appointed Mike Huckabee as the U.S. ambassador to Israel. I mean, Huckabee basically doesn't even use the term West Bank. He refers to the biblical Judea and Samaria. I think the Trump administration will give the Israelis, Netanyahu government, a pretty wide berth when it comes to the West Bank.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.